Yeah, not the corona vaccine, but it was a vaccine called... Here we are, so we're just going to pull up to the lorry. Hello, what sort of size muck spreader do you think would be ideal for that 155? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go and pull a lorry out of the pit. It's just gotten stuck in the soil there, so we just need to pick up one of these. We need a tow rope. We need to go and find the lorry, so we'll go and try and pull it out. And if you could give this video a thumbs up, thank you very much for all of the support and all of the thumbs up. Okay, so here we are. So we're just going to pull up to the lorry. There we go. Find the eye somewhere. Well, there we go, rescue over and done with, so the lorry can head off down the road. And this is where he's getting stuck, just bringing in this soil here, which is just landscaping the farm. And because we've had so many lorries coming in and out of here, and because of the rain we've had over the recent days, it has really made the ground here quite boggy and quite wet, and that's where the lorry's been getting stuck. So we've just been pulling them out with the John Deere when they get stuck. It's all you can do really, unless you could put some hogget down or something like that, a little bit of crushed concrete or something. But the John Deere saves the day today. Put the John Deere away. So yeah, this is not going to be a 5-minute job. Remember what it looks like now, because in the next few months this is going to be a field again, so it will return to what it was originally before it was dug out many years ago in the 60s to be a slurry pit, and gradually we are getting there. It's going to be a field and it will be restored. You can just see the geese down there and the Shropshire sheep, which are currently in lamb, and possibly when it's a field again it will be able to grow a little bit extra grass on this paddock, on this pasture, but it's going to take a long time for all of the soil as it comes over to sink down. That's something which will take a little bit of time, but when it is done it will be so nice to have this all level and smooth back as a field. And they've got enough grass to eat on this paddock here. They've just been moved over, so they used to be on the back park, and now they've got their troughs just up near the slurry, the old slurry pit. So they're having fodder beet every day, and I hope inside they've got some lambs which are growing well. But we've still got, you know, another good few months yet before these lamb and start lambing. So you know, the most important thing is to not have any dogs around them. So Clover can't come with me today. Now this field here is the 9 acres field, and it's currently got the grass on it, which was drilled earlier on last year. We had the sheep on here. They've grazed it down, they've tightened it up. Because it's gone cold and it's cloudy, it's going to be quite difficult to see anything growing. So we're going to be probably looking at March, again just like the sheep lambing, March, April, May, before we even start to see this grass start to grow. And it's also going to need a good dose of fertiliser on here before we even start to get a crop for silage or for hay. So again, just a bit of a waiting time with this one. And here are the calves which I injected earlier with a vaccine. Yeah, not the corona vaccine, but it was a vaccine called Risperdal 4, and it's for the pneumonia, because we had quite a bit of problem with the last batch of calves with the pneumonia, because when it's, you know, a little bit milder like it is at the moment, and damp and humid in the air, you can get quite bad problems with your calves with their breathing issues from pneumonia, which is kind of like, I suppose, similar to what's going on with us humans at the moment with the lockdown, in that we've got problems with an airborne virus which can infect the lungs. And with the calves, pneumonia is something which can do a very similar job. So this Risperdal, I pulled out 4 mils with the needle and the syringe, and then I put 2 mil up each of their nostrils. And I did that earlier on today, and I got them in the crush. I didn't film it, unfortunately, but it was quite a bit of fun doing that. And now I hope none of them will get the pneumonia which is going around and infecting calves. So yeah, just like humans, you know, calves have infections and viruses and problems as well. And if you also look in here at the moment, we have bedded them down, but the muck is building up quite a bit. And this morning I rang up Muck Spreader, so I've spoken to them about the muck spreader, which will be hopefully arriving on the 14th of February, so that it can spread all of the muck on the farm. And it would be good to muck these out when we get the muck spreader. So I don't know whether we should muck them out and put the muck in the yard and then transport it out to the field, or whether we should just bring the muck spreader down here and put all this muck into the muck spreader when we get it. We'll probably decide nearer the time, but it is a job which needs doing. So we'll just give them a few nuts. They're still a bit all over the place from when they had their vaccine earlier. But other than that, they're all well. And it's so rewarding when they've had their vaccination, because they don't have to worry about them getting pneumonia. Well, touch wood, not so much anyway. Because even with the vaccine, there is a chance they could get it, but... Lovely job. Okay, so we're back at the office now, and it's been an interesting day. We pulled the lorry out from the pit, and then we looked at that landscaping job which was being carried out. So like I said, that's going to take a couple of months really until that area is levelled out. And thanks for all of your thumbs up, thanks for all of the support. You can see I've got the I'd Rather Be Farming t-shirt on. You can get these now from Teespring just below this video. I just ordered this in the jumper version, so I'm waiting for my new jumper to arrive. And also you can get the phone cases. There was a really interesting comment yesterday from Patrick and Bridelia O'Connell's farm. Rather be looking at power than looking for it. Fine tractor. And I thought that was a really good comment, because yes, you can pull a 15-ton load, you can pull an 18-ton muck spreader with a 100 horsepower small tractor, but when you're going down the road, if you're going down a hill and you apply the brakes, you're better off with a heavier 7-10-ton tractor, with a bit of safety behind you and also a bit of extra power. And I thought that was a really valid comment there. So that's why we have a little bit more horsepower on the farm now, is for when they're putting those big muck loads. Also when I'm doing the contracting, it's better to have a larger frame tractor, but it's the larger frame, but it's the smallest of the larger frames, if you know what I mean, the 5.5. So it's a nice sort of size tractor to do the jobs. And something else as well is that I've been working really hard to try and get some more contracting contracts, some jobs from AD plants, from farms, from individual smallholders who've got small jobs to do. If you're watching this video and you've got a farm in the Norfolk or Suffolk area and you would require my services, send me an email and we'll try and arrange something. I can try and help you out. And thank you very much, because as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, these are very difficult times. We're probably looking at a recession around the corner, something like that. So, you know, it's really important to keep busy, to keep that positive mindset, as I always say to you guys, and to remain positive throughout the rest of this lockdown and also looking into 2022, because this is really going to change people's livelihoods and also their lifestyles. I know when the lockdown lifts, things will change a bit, but there's still the new normal, as it's being called, has changed, I think, society. I do, obviously, as you guys know, I'm mainly in farming, but I did dive into other industries and other areas, and I've been looking into gyms, and a lot of people now aren't going to the gym so much, they're doing home workouts. And after the lockdown, they're not going to be going to gyms, they're going to be working out from home, because that's what they're getting used to. So it's really, really interesting. It is completely changing, this lockdown, our culture and our way of life. And previously, last year, I did have a word with you guys about doing some open farm days and having some Olly's farm tours. And unfortunately, due to the lockdown, that couldn't happen. But what I'd like to do, when we do get it lifted, is arrange some Olly's farm tours where hopefully we'll have the 135 restored, and I'll be able to pick up and either have one built or make one myself, a farm tour trailer. So we're going to be doing Olly's farm tours with the 135 on selected days. And remember, we're in it to win it. Tomorrow morning we've got some attachments coming back. We've got a bucket coming and the muck grab and the old muck fork, which we used to have in the JCB. They've been changed now to the Manatee brackets. And then next week we've got a famous chap coming over to the farm who's quite well known in the industry, and he's going to be bringing us quite a few attachments, which I'm looking forward to. So we've got a bucket, a silage grab, a twin bale spike, and hopefully a man cage platform. And I need a new claw, because we bent the claw and apparently they can't be bent back, otherwise they'll crack. So yeah, looking forward to that. And yeah, there's just always lots going on, lots happening, and I'm looking forward to doing more contracting in the next coming weeks. I need to get that muck spreader organised with AH, and maybe in the future I'll be able to buy my muck spreader, just a small one, 10 ton. I mean, 18 ton is colossal, but just probably a 12 ton one would do the job. Maybe even second hand to begin with, and then look at something newer later down the line. And, you know, as long as it does the job, and doesn't break down too much, I'll be quite happy. So we've got the pottinger off at the moment. I forgot to say that's split. So that's going to be cultivating the sugar beet field when it comes dry enough. I was just walking across that field earlier, I didn't get it on camera, but that field is suffering so much erosion at the moment. So I really need to get that cultivated ASAP when it comes dry. And also we got all of the bales in over this last week. We've finished getting the bales in from the fields, so we can start looking in the next couple of weeks, maybe the next month, at putting the livestock box back onto that trailer. And then it's going to be busy, that trailer, with carting the cattle for a good couple of weeks in the spring. Probably March and April, May time, it'll be transporting the sheep, the cattle, everything out to the Norfolk Broads National Park where they graze in the summer. And actually, speaking of the Broads National Park, at the moment they are completely flooded, the marshes, so I'll have to get my drone out and you can see the devastation which has happened, because we've had the river banks have burst around the local area, and it is just basically like the sea. So I hope that the water decides to recede and go back, otherwise we're going to have a lot of dead grass, and of course that's going to not be good for the animals, because otherwise they're not going to have much to eat. So I'll try and get the drone up, get it recharged and fly around. Giving this video a thumbs up. I appreciate all of your support. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. What sort of size muck spreader do you think would be ideal for that 155? I think probably a 12 ton would be ideal, but it just depends on really what the budget's going to be like later on in the year for doing muck spreading for other people, and would it be better to hire a muck spreader and then do work for other people at the same time? So something to think about there. So thank you very much for watching today's video, and I will catch you on the next one.